Hi everybody, my name is Curtis of Guppy's Power Sports here in Grapevine, Texas. Really appreciate you tuning in. I hope you're all having a great day. Well, this is going to be a little bit different than any other video I've done for you guys. It's not going to be about any power sports stuff, and it's going to be a little while before I do any power sport videos, probably 2, maybe 3 months. Unfortunately, I fell on the ice a while back. Back in one of the ice storms we had here in the DFW area. I fell and landed on my left shoulder here. I tore my rotator cuff up really bad. And this Friday, April 8th, I'm going in for surgery. So what I've decided to do to you subscribers is let you know why I'm going to fall off the grid for a little bit. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there going to be going through this shoulder surgery. It's pretty hard to say. So what I want to do is I want to take and give you guys an idea and show you what I'm going through. For someone who's going to be fixing to go through the same process, I'm kind of worried about it. This is my second one. I had my right shoulder operated on in 2003, and the guy did a really good job. But it was a pretty long, hard recovery. It was pretty painful. I wish I would have had probably what's sitting here in the box back then. I put just little ice packs on there for a few days and just was uncomfortable. The weight of the ice on my shoulder hurt. So I didn't want the weight of the ice on there, hurt my shoulder a little bit, so I didn't want it on there. So I had some ice down my shoulder the first time I did this. But our doctor really gave me a lot of good instructions prior to the surgery. And seeing how I've been through it before, I kind of have a little bit of experience with it. But I'm going to tell you what we've done to get ready, to prepare ourselves for this. When I did the surgery in 2003, they wrote me a prescription. I went home, my wife had to go fill it. Now they write the prescription before the surgery. You get your prescription. They give you step by step. It's totally different from when I first originally had it done. So I'm pretty excited about that. They said it's really, the recovery is a little bit faster than what it was back then, but it's still a pretty painful surgery. And I know that because what they got to do is I tore the upper tendon here. There's a tendon that connects my back, the back tendon, side tendon. My bicep tendon apparently is torn too. He said usually the surgery takes about 45 minutes. I'll let you know how long it takes, but he says with mine, probably more than likely it may take an hour to an hour and a half. There's quite a bit of damage in there. Right now, if you can see, if I move this box all the way, I could only lift up my shoulder to right about there, and that's it. I can't lift it up over my head, and it's in pretty bad pain quite often, which really stinks. It's uncomfortable to sleep with. I know last time I had my shoulder operated on, my right shoulder operated on. When I got home, I tried to sleep in the bed. There was no way, because when you lay down in your bed, your shoulders do this, and you kind of fall back. Oh my goodness, very painful. A lot of people told me who had shoulder operations before that you might need a recliner. A great friend of mine gave me a recliner. It was really awesome, and a really nice recliner. I still got it here. I'm gonna be using it probably for the same thing again, but he gave it to me back then to help me with the recovery. He had the same shoulder operation, and he said it would help. So he gave me a recliner, and I slept in that recliner for about 3, almost 4 weeks. I'm looking at doing that again. When I first fell, I slept in the recliner for a few days. When I first fell, I really thought I broke the whole entire shoulder because it was in that much pain. I couldn't even lift it off my side. It was stuck. It was pretty painful. But going forward with this, I got the recliner here already, so we're good with that. That they recommend to sleep in a recliner, or at least prop yourself up with pillows. I remember trying to do that, and I couldn't get comfortable even propping myself up with pillows in the bed. So I use a recliner. So I'm gonna be using a recliner. They recommend now that instead of icing it 20 minutes, then off for 2 hours and 20 minutes, they recommend try to keep, my doctor told me, try to keep cold therapy on it, ice therapy on it, as much as I could tolerate. In other words, if I could leave it on there for 24 hours a day, to go ahead and leave it on there for 24 hours a day. So with that being said, instead of going and get ice packs, I just remember putting ice packs on there. It was so heavy on my shoulder. It just really intensified the pain. So he recommended this. It's made by the company called Breg. It's a Polar Care. It's called the Cube. And what I want to do is I want to open it up to you, show you the components of it, kind of explain how it's going to work. And it's my first time seeing one. Besides, I've watched a couple videos online too, of course, to figure it out. But what I want to do going forward from here is give you a video vlog, like the day before or the day of the operation in the morning. If it's not an early morning operation, I want to just give you my feelings going forward, if I'm ready and all that. Maybe not the day of the surgery, but the day after. I'd like to give you another video log, and probably at 3 days, then a week, then 2 weeks, then a month out, just to give you guys an update and keep you informed, and just so you guys know what I'm going to be going through. So if you guys are fixing to have the same procedure, that you guys kind of got an idea. Just a little video log of what I'm going on. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start the unboxing. Again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. All right, so let's see what we got in the box here. This is the box that comes in. I bought it at the place where I'm getting my surgery. I could have ordered it online, but there they charged me $195 for it. So unfortunately, guys, my insurance didn't pick up this. So if you're getting a shoulder operation, unfortunately, your insurance may not. Hopefully your insurance will pick up on this. If it helps, and I'll let you know. I'm going to be bloody honest. If this thing didn't help, I'm going to tell you straight out, it didn't help at all. But if it did help, I'll be bragging about it. But I just want to look at for $195, what I got. Of course, you know, just need a weapon to open the box. Here we go. Now I'm doing this with one arm because this arm, if I prop it up on my knee, I can move it around some. So there we go. The box is open. Put away the weapon of mass destruction, the pocket knife. As I open this up, I'll show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like as I open the box. All right. Let me grab, I don't know what to grab first. Okay, this is the top. I'm gonna kind of move this to the side here as I pull things out. Let me get this out of the way. Move this to the side here. Here's the box. This is the top of it. Just show it there. It's got the motor on the bottom. And it's actually pretty decent quality. It's just a piece of plastic. This is the hose that connects to your shoulder pad to take and pump the cold water through. On top of the box, it gives you the Breg Polar Care Cube, their product support number, a QR code to get some information. There's a warning, it's normal to experience some moisture on the product due to condensation. So with that being said, I know that now that it says that. I'm glad I read that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep a towel handy to kind of keep dry, because I don't want my recliner to get all wet. It says this says it's regular maintenance on it. Number one, remove cap and foam filter here on the bottom. I guess you remove this cap. There you go. Then you pull out the rinse foam filter in clean water to remove all debris, and then put it back in. But all right, it seems like it's pretty decent quality. It's got quick disconnects here. Let me see if I could show you this. It's got quick disconnects here for right there. Just two little silver tabs for connecting the hose to the body of the cooler. All right. Let me pull this out, or let me grab this right here. There's the cooler itself. I'm gonna set this to the floor so it's out of the way. This is the cooler itself. It's not that big. It's got a line inside. You can see inside there. Let me see if I can put the light. It's gonna be hard with my light in here. But inside the cooler, it says fill it up all the way to 2 with ice up to the top, and about 3 or 4 inches from the bottom, you put your water in it, and it just recycles. What it does is it takes and recycles the water through it, and you don't have ice sitting on your shoulder. And I'll show you that. You lock the cab down. I watched a few videos on it. It says operating instructions on the side. There's operating instructions on the side. And here on the side of it, it's got this little sticky deal. Let me pull this off. Wow, that was pretty loud probably. But it's got the instructions on it here in the side that was stuck to it. And so it comes with the instructions, how to take Polar Care. I'll set that to the side, and here's the instructions that came with it that were stamped on the side. Of course, I will read this, but I'm not going to read it to you now. I'll just throw that in there for now. Here's the multi-use. Wow, it's pretty big. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was going to be this big. back here. Okay. Now I do know that the one side goes against your skin. The blue side stays on the outside, and this is where your hose hooks up to. Don't look like there's a certain way, just gotta push it in and plug it in. Wow, it's pretty hard to plug in. Once you plug in, it snaps and holds pretty good. To pull it out, you gotta squeeze both of them and just quick disconnect. It's got, as you can see here, a little Velcro for putting it on your shoulder. A little Velcro here. I guess it'll go across my shoulder like this and on my arm like this. And I'll put it on here in a little bit with help from my wife, and I'll come back and tell you, I think it's gonna cover my shoulder really good. I was worried about it because I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", about 260 pounds. I'm a pretty big guy. I just wanted to make sure it was gonna cover my shoulder real good, and it looks like it's gonna cover really well because I only got one arm to use, and I'll only have one arm. Thank God I got an awesome wife who I love so much. She's really always there to help me and take care of me. This is the side, the white side goes against the skin, the blue side goes on the outside. I'll show you that here in a little bit. Then they give you, there's something else in the box. Oh, this is the power cable right here. And you got the power cable. Basically, you plug it in the back. When you plug it in, it comes on and starts, you plug it in just as you're getting ready to use it. Again, looking at it as first impressions here goes, it's a cooler. It's a cooler. I know when you hook it up, you basically take the top, you put it on there, push it down, make sure there's nothing in there. You got to make sure the seals are in there, and then just push it up and it seals the top. And they say the ice in here will last 4 to 6 hours, depending on, of course, how big the person's shoulder is, how much water is going through there and all that. But I'm glad this is long. I was worried about this thing had to be really on my side. And the nice thing is I could disconnect. It's got a quick disconnect, so it's supposed to shut the water flow off. So if I got to get up, go to the bathroom, I could just disconnect it real quick and go use the restroom. Anyways, that's the Breg Polar Care Cube is what it's called. Again, I'll let you know how that works. I'm gonna have it, put some ice in there, probably put some water in there, throw it on my shoulder just to see how it works, and I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. Awesome, thank you, honey.
Does that record?
All right, my wife helped me put this on. This is the first time putting it on, and I don't know if you can hear it. I'm gonna put my mic by it. It's very, very quiet, but I could tell you, it's cold on my shoulder. So I can see how this would work to help remove inflammation out of this joint. I'll have to figure out a better way to wrap it, but it's pretty cold. I'm hoping I could stay in here for a while. And it seems like it's gonna work good. It covers my arm and my shoulder really good. So I'm hoping this will work perfectly, like it's supposed to. Again, what I'll do is I'll probably put a towel over the top of it, kind of just to keep the cold in, because I really want this, I want all the inflammation out of the joint as I possibly can. For right now, I was excited that when I plugged this thing, it wasn't loud. I was afraid it was going to make a lot of noise. It's fairly quiet. It's not intrusive, and as far as, it's not really annoying noise. It's like a little white noise. But I can tell you this thing, when it's plugged in, it is pretty cold. And it doesn't, what I like is it fits good enough on your shoulder that I don't have to, I can move and I don't have to worry about my ice pack falling. That's a really good deal. I may get a couple ace bandages to wrap it up a little bit better when it's on there. But I think this is gonna work really awesome. I know a guy that works for me. He had both his shoulders worked on, and he said he bought one, and he said he swears by the thing. He said if I would have known that I was going to get one of these, he probably would have let me borrow his. But I didn't know that, so I wouldn't have borrowed it anyways. I'd rather have my own because I think as I'm getting a little bit younger, as I'm going on here, I could see this would help a lot. And it's supposed to be this. this pad not only will work on your shoulder, but you can put it on your knee, you can wrap it around your ankle, and maybe your elbow and stuff, because it does bend and stuff like that. The water flow seems good. It's working really well. So my first impressions of the Bragg my first impressions of the Polar Care Cube is I like it a lot. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to help me in my recovery. At least that's the plan, and we'll see, because I'm going to have that pad. I'm going to have a sling with my pad on. One of the other things that we talked about with my doctor is that when I take a shower, years ago, what they used to do is they used to tell you to take a beach ball, one of them inflatable beach balls that you could blow up, had the thing you squeeze and blow the air in. Take one of them, let half the air out, and put it underneath your arm. That's what they used to use. But now they say if you can, roll a towel up, put this sling. I got a sling here that I've been using for my arm when I go out and stuff to kind of hold my arm suspended so I'm not dangling it. But that they can put that on, put the sling on, and put the towel between there and just wash up and scrub that way. Because the problem with the balls is they could get covered in soap and scoot out. Happened to me once. It wasn't fun. But other than that, I would definitely, right now, I would say if you're thinking about getting your shoulder operated on, this might be a good investment for you. Yeah, it's $195, but like I said, you can move around a little bit, because I'm telling you, when I had my last shoulder operated on, I scooted around a lot because I couldn't sit still because it hurt so much. So with this being able to stay on you, staying on place, I think it's gonna actually, I think it'll work better than a regular ice pack. So I may think right now, as it stands, I think this is probably worth the $195. For one thing, ice packs, they melt kind of quick, and you got to refreeze them, wait for them. This, you could have ice in the refrigerator, just put it in there, add water, and you're good to go. Plug it in and you're good to go. As long as you got power. If you don't have power, you may be in trouble there. Well, anyways, I appreciate you tuning in to Guppy's Power Sports, and I do apologize. This ain't a motorcycle, this ain't a hot rod, this ain't a fancy car or anything like that. This is just an unboxing of this. But I just wanted to let you guys, my subscribers, know that I'm out of commission for a little bit, and at the same time help some people who may be having to go through the same thing that I'm going through now. And I'm hopefully this information will help you better heal. Well, I appreciate you all definitely tuning in. Thank you for listening. For any of you guys out there who are getting shoulder operation on, I sure hope this helps you in your recovery. This little information I'm going to do in this future video log that I'm going to be doing. I just think it would be nice if my first shoulder surgery I went through, I wish I could have had someone really kind of tell me day by day what I should expect. Right now I don't have no anxiety over going into surgery because I had it before. Do have a little stress over the pain because it does stink. I know shoulder operations are pretty painful surgeries, and they got to do a lot of work on this one, a little bit more than they did on this one. But now they say the procedures are different. They very rarely got to cut you open. On my right shoulder, they had to cut me quite a bit to get in there and repair stuff. Hopefully this one, he says he may have to. It's pretty bad, but I'll know when he gets out. But I know when I get out for 3 days, I can't take a shower. I'll have a big bandage over this area. So with that being said, I won't be able to take a shower for 3 days, and then you take the that big suture off, and then you take a shower. You just can't put direct pressure on there, direct water on there. So that's one of the things they're saying. To all you power sport guys out there, I'm sorry this wasn't a power sport video. I would prefer to be doing that, walking around a Maverick or Yamaha R-Max or anything other than talking about pain and stuff like that, because pain sometimes is a part of life. And I'm fixing to go through some more here shortly, but I'll get through it and I'll be back out there putting more videos in. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me. Maybe a couple months. Again, sorry. If any of you guys like this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you want to see future content from me, hit the subscribe button. If you want to take and get notified when my video log comes out, definitely hit that bell so you get notified right away if you're getting close to getting your operation done also. Yeah, this thing is really quiet, and it is pretty cold on there. I could feel it, but I think I could sit there with this on so much longer than a bag of ice on my shoulder. Again, like I said, I could move with it. I could actually probably pick it up and walk to the bathroom with it if I have to. I won't do it, I'll disconnect it. It'll only take a second to disconnect it. But if my wife ain't here, I could pick it up, unplug it, and go to the bathroom and do my business. Sorry about that, but it's part of life we go through. Yeah, if you got any questions, what I'm going through, or what experience I'm having, man, do me a favor, type it up. I'll be sitting here in the chair for a while. I'll have plenty of time to answer any questions you might have. Again, I appreciate my subscribers. Do me a favor, all you power sport enthusiasts, get out there and do some riding. To all you guys who are listening to this or are probably going to be going through this operation, I'll be praying for you that things go smoothly for you, and I appreciate any prayers that you might want to throw my way. I'm good at that. Thank you so much if you can throw me a prayer. Appreciate that. But keep your heads up. We're all going to get better and going to get through this. Have a great day.